Hello boxing fans, how we doing? Welcome back to Andy's Cavern. Sorry I've not been about for a couple of days, but just life taking over again, so we'll get there, hopefully get some more content out. You like my new t-shirt? Got that from Sparkling John Scholes, sent me this. Boxers in Need t-shirt, quite smart. Team Fury, I think's on that arm. Other sponsors there. Fast Line. So, thanks John. Hope you're well. What I've been thinking about tonight. How good is Martin Bakole? That's the question we're asking tonight. I think he's very good. I think if you watch my top 10 heavyweights, I think I've got him ranked at number 5 in the world. That was when I was looking at all the heavyweights and try to rank them in order. But I do think he's the potential to beat just about anybody. I think Usyk would still beat him at the moment. We'll see. I'm not saying he couldn't beat Usyk, but I think I would favour Usyk at the moment. I like his trainer, Billy Nelson. I like straight talking people, and he's a straight talking guy. I seen him being interviewed, I think it was on TalkSport. He was sitting in his car, I think, and he was being interviewed. I think Adam Smith was there, and I can't remember who else was. Simon Jordan, I think, was there. Might have been Spencer Over. But he was saying that he'd quite happily bet Hall of Fame promoter, number 1, daddy of the promoters at the moment, Frank Warren, aka Bricktop. Billy said he would bet him £200,000 that Martin Bakole would beat Daniel Dubois. He's quite confident, Billy, in his man. I can see why. If you watched his last fight and he went out to America there and actually smashed Jared Anderson to bits. I couldn't understand why Anderson's team took that fight. I don't think they've done their homework on Martin Bakole, because he's a big strong monster man, and he's an adopted Scotsman. So could we get could Scotland have its first world heavyweight champion in the making? Always have a bit of a laugh for us and Porkies about that. Who knows? I think he's got it to go all the way. I think he's got a right good stabbing jab, and I mean the jab for me is the most important weapon. Everything comes off the jab, doesn't it? He's got a right good stabbing. It's kind of Larry Holmes type jab. It's fast and stabbing, and he's a big man, 6'6". I'd like to see him a wee bit lighter, He comes in. I think he's come in about 20 stone his last couple of fights. I'd like to see him about 18 or maybe 18 and a half at the most. He is a big guy, but a big powerful man, strong, seems to have a good engine, decent chin. He's only got one defeat to Michael Hunter. Billy says he should never have been in the ring that night. But Michael Hunter's a good fighter. I think he'd only lost to Usyk before that. He's a tough fighter, Michael Hunter. I think there was word about having a rematch, maybe to correct that blemish on Bakole's record. I don't know if that's likely to happen or not. They were talking about that after the Jared Anderson fight. So I think in his last 4 fights he's taken 3 O's off the guys he's fought. He also beat Carlos Takam. I think he stopped him in 4 rounds prior to Jared Anderson. He beat Tony Oka out in France. I watched that fight, and I urge you to go and watch it yourselves, because he actually battered Yoka from pillar to post for the 10 or 12 rounds that it was. I think it was 10 rounds. But he only just got a decision on the scorecard, so they were obviously trying to job him on the scorecards out there. And Yoka was unbeaten. I don't think Yoka's been the same since that fight, because Bakole gave him a proper workover There's a lot of stories, sparring stories, when he's no shy shouting out what he's done to people in sparring. I think he said Fury was the only guy he really rated. Skillful. This is Bakole I'm talking about. And sparring, he sparred him, but I think Fury rates him quite high. Fury was talking about, and I think I read recently about Jared Anderson being the next big thing, but he reckoned they put him in with Bakole too soon. But he was rating Jared Anderson the next big thing, but he wasn't really saying too much about Bakole. At this moment in time, I would probably pick Bakole against Tyson Fury. I would pick him against Joseph Parker. Caballel, who's supposed to be fighting for the IBF mandatory spot, so he would be mandatory for Dubois' title. That'll be a good fight. Caballel's had a good run recently. He's stopped Frank Sanchez, who's another hot prospect. I think he stopped him in about, I can't remember, 6 or 7 rounds or something. But Caballel's he's another guy that's been avoided, so that will be a good matchup. But I favour Bakole in that fight. I think it'll be a good fight. Caballel's a bit smaller than Bakole. But then so was Michael Hunter, wasn't he? So, but nah, I think I favour Bakole. I think he's coming into his own now. He's 31 years of age, so he's in the prime of his life as a heavyweight. But he has been avoided. There was talk on fighting Zhang, but I hear Zhang didn't want it or pulled out. I remember Bricktop being interviewed by somebody, Frank Warren. He's been interviewed by somebody, and somebody suggested Martin Bakole for Zhang. And Bricktop said, oh no, he's got a rematch with Parker. There's been no more word of that. I think, I'm sure I heard Billy Nelson say in a different interview that Zhang didn't want it, didn't want the Bakole fight. Because I think Bakole's got a good engine, Zhang is a big puncher, isn't he? He's dangerous for anybody. But I think Bakole's smart enough to stay out of the way, because Bakole will be as big as Zhang. He's a big man, 6'6". So he'll match Zhang for size. He'll beat Zhang for... Zhang's deceptively effective. He's got fast hands, especially that backhand's fast, and he's southpaw. But I think Bakole would have the beating on. And you think Zhang tends to tire a bit down the stretch, as he did against Parker, although he dropped Parker twice, didn't he? So yeah, I'd pick him against Zhang. Caballel, I think he'd flatten Joshua at the moment. Who else have I got in my top 10? Fabio Wardley at 9. It's too soon for Fabio Wardley. Fabio Wardley can fight, there's no doubt about that. But I would pick Bakole against him also. And Hrgovic as well. I've got him at number 10. So I think Bakole is very good. Some people I've heard saying that they don't think he's, worthy a title shot straight away, but he's got this eliminator coming up. So if he does a job on Caballel like he did against Jared Anderson, well, there's no arguing about it. He's worthy a title shot. But I haven't heard for definite yet, but I think it looks more likely that Parker's going to face Dubois coming up. That's what I think Billy Nelson said. They were expecting that Caballel fight for Bakole on the December the 21st. Tyson Fury Usyk undercard, but that's not happening. That's a wee bit disappointing, that, because that would have been a good support for the Usyk Fury fight. They're talking probably looking like maybe February now, so that's another 2 or 3 months down the road again. He's wanting to get on and get fighting, they're saying, but this stagnating people's careers is very frustrating. We've seen it in the past, and we don't want any more of that. I was hoping Turki Al-Sheikh was going to sort all that out, though. I'm quite happy with what he's doing, getting all the big fights on, isn't he? So, I mean, this weekend you've got, this Friday, you'll maybe see my video, I've done about it already, again, about Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. It's a fight I don't want to see. I think it's bad for boxing. I probably will. I'm not going to watch it, but I might watch it. The rerun of it the next day or something like that. Just because I probably should, because I'm, like I say, my channel is predominantly a boxing channel, so if we're talking about boxing, we've got to look at the topical stuff that's going on, so I will have to look at it, but we'll see what happens there. I just hope nothing bad happens. I've got a feeling there's going to be a sad ending, so as I said in my video, but let's hope I'm wrong. I don't want to be writing things like that. So I think that's about it for the night. There's a good women's fight on, isn't there? Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor. So that's probably, I think that's the main support, isn't it? So we'll see what happens there. I think Katie Taylor's coming to end her career, isn't she? Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But I'm not getting up to watch that. Was it Friday night? I think it is. So I'll maybe get to see it on Saturday. I hope you're all well out there, guys. And as always, like and subscribe. Try and grow the channel a bit. Every little helps. Who says that? Tesco. But don't forget, boxers in need. Look it up if you can. Try and support them. It's for a worthy cause. Like I say, all boxers. There's very few boxers make a lot of money. Plenty of managers and promoters make money though, don't they? Like I keep saying, they've got a long career. The boxers have a short career, short window to make money. So, and not many of them do, and they're the ones getting their head punched in, isn't it? So, I give a shout out to Frank Goldfeather. I think he's a huge inspiration to many people in the boxing world. If you haven't seen him, check him out on his YouTube videos. I messaged him recently, and he kindly messaged back saying I was looking to do different things with the channel going forward, so I'll maybe try and do some interviews, but again it depends on me getting time. I'd like to do that. He said he'd be happy for me to interview him. I've never really interviewed anybody before, so I'd have to do a bit of research. I don't want to look like a fish out of water. But that'd be a good boost for the channel, doing something like that. He's got a great, massive audience, Frank. I think he started off on TikTok and Instagram and that. He does have stuff on YouTube now. So if you haven't seen him before, look him up, because the man's, he's amazing. He's 78-year-old. I tell you what, he's got some fitness about him. He trains 3 times a week. If you watch him training, he's so light on his feet, looks agile, fast hands, and he can certainly hit the punch bag. So good on him, good on Frank. Well done, Frank, and keep it going. I think that's about it from me tonight. It's getting late. It always seems to be late when I'm making my videos. Well, I think I'm a bit more awake tonight than I was the last one I made. So like I say, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking and subscribing if you have. And we're just trying to, like I say, grow the channel and get it out there. And just try to give the truth as we see it. No interest in any BS. We want just want the truth, don't we, about boxing, all the stuff that's going on in boxing. Keep it light-hearted, topical way. So thanks again for all your support, and we'll keep it going as often as we can. Okay guys, take care, all the best. Cheers.